Hey guys, welcome in today. Um, I am Steve. My counterpart, Shake, is not going to be with us today. We're going to just do a quick tip today, and then we'll be back next week with an interview with an opportunity to hang out with a buddy of Shake's and talk ProPresenter, like a round table style format. So there'll be three of us to get to talk. If you have questions about ProPresenter, um, please feel free to drop them in the chat in this video, or feel free to email us at the end of the video at the email address that we'll give you. We'll be happy to help you. So today's going to be kind of short. Just wanted to drop you a quick tip. I know that you may be like me, or maybe you're partnering with some churches that are heading into VBS weeks and special events this summer. Oftentimes, summer is an opportunity to do different events that maybe we wouldn't do in a normal year-to-year basis in the normal school year. So I wanted to give you guys a quick tip on how you can set yourself up for some success with that, because there are some tips that I've used. And if you have some other tips to add, feel free to reach out in the chat. Love to hear what you do to execute those well. But one thing I would love to show you is, for sure, when you're bringing in new content for a VBS, sometimes the tendency might just be to throw it in where you have all your other content. And I would just encourage you to kind of help keep things consistent and separate, because when you're done with your VBS, you're going to want to you're gonna want to clean it out, because this is where what I've seen with churches is they import for years and years into their hard drive. They never delete any media, and then 6 years down the road, we've got VBSs from way back in the day that are still on there, and files are still in there. And I just like to keep my machine clean and mean and running at a decent clip with just the amount of media that I need. So I would encourage you to create a folder in your media library, title it VBS, and then you can put your slide content, graphics, then you can put your videos, and then you can put slide content. And now you've got a whole entire library just built out for that. And then I would also do a library in your ProPresenter library spot. So I would do a new library. I would do VBS, and then put all of your VBS items in there. And what that'll help you do is when you're done with your VBS, you can export those items off onto a hard drive if you want to save them. So you could then choose to, let's see if I can share my screen to show you what I'm doing. So we'll minimize this out for you guys. And what you can then do is go to your documents. You can go to ProPresenter. You can save off your VBS library right here. You can copy that folder onto another spot. And then you can also go into the same ProPresenter folder and go to your media and copy those assets out of that library. But what I would say, you probably already have those assets stored somewhere else. That's why you're bringing them in. But you can save all the content. And then what I would do is when you're done with that set of content for the week of VBS, go into each of these and delete the items. Now, let me show you guys really quick what I mean is you want to delete these items. So, for example, I'm going to delete this item. If I wanted to select multiple items, I can click on one, hit Shift, and then hold down on Shift while I click another set somewhere, and that'll highlight everything in between them. But I can go ahead and click here, hit Delete, and what I want to do is hit Move to Trash. Move to Trash. And the reason I want to hit that is because that will actually move the item to the trash. I'm going to set this back up to capture ProPresenter for us. So you can delete the item to the trash. That'll move everything out of the ProPresenter spot. That'll remove it, and then you can delete your trash, and that'll clean everything out. So do those two things first. Create a library for your VBS presentation content. Create a media library to house all of your media that you're going to bring in. And the last thing I would do is I would create a new playlist folder, title it VBS 2024, And now you can then start to create your playlists. So day one, day two, day three, you can do the whole thing out. And now you have the start going. And then as you build content, as you build presentations, add them to the VBS spot. That way they're all there. And then when you get done with VBS, what you can do is now export this entire folder of playlists. And you can export that out to your desktop, title it whatever you want. And that, along with the media items that you've created in here that you would copy out in that folder that I just showed you, along with the media items that you're already bringing in from somewhere that you've housed somewhere, you would have everything you need that if someone says, hey, I want to go back and look at what we did at last year's VBS, would love to pull that song or that same setup so that we can then just load in the new content. You have all that ready to go. So it's kind of short, kind of sweet today, but really that's something that I think might be helpful to you and your ministry to, as you get into special events, to think about how I can create a little bit of separation between the stuff so that it's not all mixed in. Because if you mix that all in with your Sunday stuff, it can get confusing to try to go back through and clean that out. So if you can kind of create some organization in ProPresenter in your libraries and your media, as well as your playlists, that will allow you to, once the event's done, offload it, save it so you have it if you need to archive and save it. If you don't, you can just delete it and get everything cleaned out real quick. So that's something that I do to kind of keep things clean. I'm a huge fan of trying to kind of organize that out so that I can then remove stuff as they're done and as they're complete. So if you have any questions about that, if you want to know more, if you have questions about other things, I would love for you to feel free to reach out to us. Normally, Shake's my right hand guy. He was on the show. He is a ProPresenter guru of himself, and so he's not available today. We're doing some special custom work, and so I just wanted to jump on since we didn't meet last week. Throw you a quick tip for VBS. Hope this sets you up well to execute high quality visual content across your entire summer. If you have any questions or thoughts, reach out to us at propresenter@churchvisuals.com. You can shoot us an email, or you can also drop a question in the chat right there, and we'd be happy to touch base with you there as well. So feel free to reach out to us. Again, we love serving you, love partnering with you, and helping to create high quality visual ministry for your church so the gospel can be seen, heard, and responded to. So have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week on the ProPresenter Power Talk show. We'll be going live around 12:15 or so. So stay tuned for details when we go live, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys then. Have a great week.